All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Columbus Aviators. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. Nifty move by Gordon. And touchdown! Melvin Gordon, his first touchdown of the new season. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. And personally, what a start for him to get in the end zone from that distance here on the first drive.
And it has the defense tearing up their defensive goals for the game, doesn't it? Because nowadays, when we talk to all the coaches, they don't talk about limiting yards per carry and those things. They just talk about limiting explosive plays, whether it's through the air or on the ground. And anything an explosive play on the ground, usually, 10, 12-yard runs? This one was way more than that. They've got to go back to the drawing board and try and shut it down.
Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Malik Jackson there to make the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Here we go. Get set. 185.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Now, we're waiting.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it third down. Carr now to throw. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
And that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
So on fourth down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. He'll field this at the 5. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now back out comes the offense. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack. And that's what I'm seeing so far.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go. Try at 38. Try at 38. Ohio.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Off the bootleg. Fisher going underneath for Gordon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Come on, let's go.
Throwing on first down. Fisher firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits, and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Ohio! 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 Ohio!
Operating from the gun, Fisher. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Here we go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the 1st down sticks are, and get there.
A couple of 1st downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10.
Ohio! Ohio! Here we go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. There goes Melvin Gordon. Touchdown! Melvin Gordon with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the 1st quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Extra point good by Prater. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half. Maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Get down! Get down! 180!
And they'll run it here. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football, and they've got it here with a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Carr now on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. They find some open field here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one 28 yards on the ground. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Come on, let's go! White 90! White 90! Flex round! Flex round! Push!
On 1st and 10, Fisher. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Ohio! Here we go! Grand 38! Grand 38! Flex round! Flex round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. White 90. White 90. Flex round. Flex round.
On 1st down, Fisher. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Ohio. Ohio. Come on, let's go. White 90. White 90.
Back to throw. Fisher. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Ohio. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round.
Looking to throw. Fisher. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. From the right hash, this from 53. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And he powers his way up past the 30. Darren Lee there to get him down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back here right after this.
24.
On second down, here's Carr. And this is a rocket pulled in by Cooper, complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A Raider first down as Carr finds Cooper.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Monday down.
Carr now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Down. Blue 80.
Carr again here on second and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On third down, Carr. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. On first down, Carr. Flushed out right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn, looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pull, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Cooper was the target there.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now Gordon on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Ohio! Ohio! Let's go!
To throw on second down, Fisher. Going for the deep ball. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Hey, 7:34. We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
Looking to throw on second down. Carr going deep here for Bryant. And from the the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if not, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
6:37. Down.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Down. 280.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And got his man complete. They give him a gain of 38. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
On play action, it's Carr. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Alert! 3 down. Here we go.
Now the handoff comes to Gordon. Oh, the spin. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ohio! Flex round! Ohio!
Right back to him on first down. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Come on, let's go. What? 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Flex round. Flex round. Let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
To throw on second down. Fisher. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Back to throw. Fisher. He's got his man on the crossing route. And down inside the 15 he goes. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Ohio!
They run it here with Gordon. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting... And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Prater for the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
29.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And my goodness, another interception. Desmond King picks it. Intended that time for Cooper. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Here we go. White 90. White 90. Flex round. Flex round.
Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fisher, flush to his right. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. They come out here in the I.
Brand 38.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Melvin Gordon taking it in from 2 yards out. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Prater on to add the extra point. Extra point good by Prater, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So, boy, that's already the 3rd they've burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the 4th quarter. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Monday, down. Blue 80.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. Well, call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And his throw is incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. Third down here.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The Raiders on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be third and forever. Shotgun now for Carr. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Columbus. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. That's taken inside his own 40. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe... Yeah, you've taught me this before. Maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff. This is Gordon going left. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Come on, let's go. What? 90. What?
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Ohio. Ohio. 55 for Mike. Check. 55 for Mike. Ohio. Ohio. Cut.
Looking to throw. Fisher. He's going to loft one deep left. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team,
Here we
and
go.
I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190. 190
First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Melvin Gordon taking it in from 4 yards out. And this offense is running away with this one. Now Prater to add the PAT. Prater for the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jason Verrett. Cooper was the intended target. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
The handoff goes to Gordon, running left. And a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. My music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Come on, let's go. What, 90? What, 90? Cut.
From the gun, Fisher. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That's taken on the 25. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
I got him. Now, waiting.
From the gun, it's Carr. Going deep here for Bryant. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up 2nd and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Carr on the move to his left. His throw incomplete. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And it's 3rd down. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Again, it's Carr. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
56, Mike, 56. Yo, Chief.
Now Carr again. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And does the defense have it? They do, says the referee. We're going the other way.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Gordon. And Marquell Lee with a stop defensively. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Now Gordon, nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Flex round. Flex round.
Back to throw. Fisher. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this.